YouTube, welcome to the Meta Weekly every single week, bro. We are back at it again in the top 16 with the winner of the last Meta Weekly being Kawaki. And he got first place by floodgating like a mad lad. Blame the game, not the player. He has Plan A. We'll be searching for a Protoss to turn off Dark Monsters from being special summoned. Plan B, searching for the Harpy Feather Storm through the Allenberg to then make it so you can't activate any monster effects so they'll all be negated. And Plan C, we'll make a Granite to search for the Barrier Statue, normal summon it, and then you can't special summon except Earth. Well, will this strategy work again in the top 16? Will he win the entire event? Ain't no way, hopefully not. Not for his sake, just because I don't want floodgates to get further popularized. Hajime!
There can only be one winner, and you're looking at it. Let's go.
Now, by watching as long as you can, that greatly supports the events. Thank you, even if you have us on in the background. As we're going to be starting this off with a Do Warrior, send from the deck the Go Glove. Go Glove's going to be reborn from the grave as we Fool Loss. Now, this, of course, is not going to result in a draw, but it can eat up a hand trap here, as it does. We're going to Ash, negate, and then we're going to be ready with the Droll and Lockbird. With all of our strategies that include searching, you search to floodgates. If you Droll them, they can't search to floodgate. Now, let's Droll as the Do Warrior is triggering when sent to the graveyard. So Plan A was searching for Protoss. We passed on Plan A. We would then be working towards Plan B. B would be getting the Harpy Trap to be searched for to then turn off monster effects, but now we're under Droll. So all Plan A, B, and C are out the window if you just resolve a Droll against him. It's that easy. Come forth, Ryzeal, Detonator. Droll is so important that I would say you would, with his Floodgate deck, try to identify you have a play to Floodgate, and then to the best of your ability, try to set up a Ryzeal cross without triggering the effect of a Droll. You'd have to like open up Ice, summon a Star Ryzeal from the deck, then set the cross, then Exceeds, then make your other plays. So it's not going to be that easy to do. Now, despite getting Drolled, we still have the ability to pop up to 3 cards on the field, and one of them being a negate. Sigma, as we're going to detach to take out the Baldrake, and we're also going to be chaining a Max C. Don't mind if I do. With 2 more pops and one of them being a monster negate if we want to. What will we choose to do? Sigma is not going to be negated by the cross, as we allow them to summon and we draw. Do Warrior further searching for a coat to be used next turn. Link Decoder under the effect of Max C to now enable the backup Ignister. We're going to Ryzeal Detonator, wipe away the Link Decoder, and then we might use Cross to negate. Or we could use Cross to negate the effect of Search. What do? We don't negate the summon. We draw into the Harpy Feather Storm. We do use the Cross to negate the Search. And I guess you'd have to normal summon the Max C, right? We still had a normal summon. Make an Almirage, and then Almirage into a Splash Mage, but I mean, we're under freaking Max C. How many special summon are we gonna do? You Max C me, I Max C you. But under the effect of Max C, we will otherwise try to lethal damage him under the Max C, or we could just get into the Wind Wing Beast to make the Harpy Feather Storm activatable, which we're not doing that. We're going for that lethal damage. We do have Cross for protection from a hand trap that we'd want to stop. If the Druid Storm is sent to the grave, it will send the Detonator. And there is the Musketeer. Musketeer not only good for enabling the Feather Storm, but also returning the Druid Storm back in the deck. And just like that, with 10,000 damage on the field, we're going to do a drive to reduce the damage to 9,200 instead. This is surely still lethal. Lethal it up. No Floodgate needed. That's what's scary about this deck. Even when it doesn't Floodgate, it's still, at its base, a great deck. Hard opening up the Feather Storm, which this would be the reason why you don't want to play this, because what if you're going second in a 50% chance game of just best of 1, and then now it does nothing? It could instead be another hand trap. This could be a Nibiru instead. And now they'll very likely have a full turn 1 combo that we're not going to be able to break. Let's trigger the White Rabbit, Reborn back, and we do in fact have that full card combo. We have the Ash. We have the ability to non-target banish. We can negate a spell and trap card with the Druid Storm. We could also negate with an aggregator. About 4 forms of disrupt. Okay. Summon the X to trigger the aggregator, chainlink block in the Ash to negate the Terahertz. Well, Terahertz is going to be sending from the deck or extra deck to the graveyard. The aggregator disruption is no longer going to be good, but the pack bit will push the X Ryzeal into the back row. Let's freaking go. Discard a card and push it. Now we have an Ice Ryzeal being summoned for the deck. Nothing as the Ash negates. If we were to have a spell or trap card worth activating, the Druid Swarm will just negate. Now, you're going to have to want to know a ruling with the Druid Swarm. Do you negate the activation of the field spell from the hand? Do you have to wait for it to activate on the field? We'll get to that in a bit. We're going to MTP, search our deck in response to the Tornado Dragon, trying to pop the back row card to non-target banish a card in the field, taking out the Tornado Dragon. Now we can follow up with the Doo Warrior. Endless onslaught of level 4 monsters on the field. Go-Go Glove, reborn itself from the grave. Activate the special summon, the Gaga Coat. Gaga Coat can reborn a monster from the graveyard. Remember, under the effect of Max C or Fool Loss, we just force out the Protoss and we still win. We are going to Baldrake, banish away, as the Banshee searches for our much-needed Nemesis flag. Well, we do have Droll. We have to Droll. Even though we have them under Max C, that's not good enough. He's willing to special summon 20 more times just to get the Protoss out, so we have to stop him from searching the Protoss. Well done. That was the play. The only real way to stop this deck, it's Droll. Not Max C, not Fool Loss. As we now go into the Exciton Knight. Exciton Knight with the ability to wipe the field. It will also get banished by the Baldrake. Banish it away. And the Harpy Feather Storm is just not going to be activatable during the next turn. We can't get a Wind Wing Beast onto the field. Both of our Floodgate Enablers are bricks in our hand. They're doing nothing. I can't believe he even got this far. I can't believe that we needed a Droll or we would have lost. That's insane. Chessie Cat, banish, draw 2. So anyway, that ruling, what's the Deceive Worm? I'm just going to read it on the website here so we can figure that out. When do we Deceive Worm? Deceive Worm. You negate the activation. So if it's an activation negate, you could simply negate the activation of the cross being played from the hand. It'll be sent to the graveyard. You don't have to wait for its activation to return cards back. And then it's not going to get the additional benefit of negating a monster effect, which is not even negatable with the Deceive Worm. What the heck? We forgot? What did he forget? You see the lingering effect window? What does this mean? You see the attack icon and it's got the no sign? If you special summon this, you could only attack with one monster for the rest of this turn. TCG players are not doing that. Reborn back with the allied Code Talker Ignister. I mean, we still win. There's no way to play through. Omni negates, send from the field in hand to the graveyard, and additionally negate, non-target banish mate, imperm negate. Eat soul, draw a card, don't mind if I do. All right, let's go into game 3. Hammy, can you draw Droll for game 3? If not, I think you're gonna lose. That's it. Nothing else. Fool Loss is not enough, but Fool Loss could help draw into a Droll. Maxi, not enough, but it could help draw into a Droll. Droll or Scoop. Ice Rise, no, I'm not waiting. It's like, I know you're gonna set up the cross anyway. The best I could do is hope that you end your turn after I negate your Ice Ryzeal. Now, if you played Circular to play around Protoss, now this stops everything. It doesn't matter what you're playing. And all you have to do is summon another 2 level 4s. So this combo inherently is 6 level 4s, which we had a lot more than this. Was like 10 level 4s, but you only need 6. 4 to search the Feather Storm, and then 2 to make the Castel. Castel enables the Feather Storm to negate any monster effect your opponent activates the entire turn. It doesn't matter where it is. It doesn't only just negate the field, it negates everywhere, completely negated. How do you out this? Well, you would want to, I guess, top deck into a super poly, then make it usable right away, but they don't have a super polyable field. I'm not sure if there's any setup you could have where you could super poly the Castel plus a Cyburst. I think there is, right? Extra deck monster and a Cyburst, you tell me if there is something. Otherwise, you would need a Kaiju. But if they activate the Featherstorm in the draw phase, then the Kaiju's not gonna be enough. Imperm. Castel's now negated? What? It can't do anything anyway. Hammy's just trolling. He knows it's over. He's just having a fun time. Negate. TB11 Chad, ain't no way. White Rabbit's gonna activate and banished. Negate. Didn't even activate the Red Ransom. Circular's gonna send for the deck. Negate. And, well, okay, we're gonna activate the multiplication. Multiply. Negate. Didn't even activate the Red Ransom. Well done. Kawaki, man. Like, Hammy, I didn't even need plan A to beat you. Nope. Straight to plan B instead. Lethal damage. Would you like to place your bets right now? Will Kawaki win the entire event? Again. We're gonna get a ban list this week. I think Protoss should be on it. I think so. Is this prevalent enough on the ladder to ban it? Does Konami know enough about it? I think I saw a Reddit thread the other day. People were complaining about Protoss in almost every duel they were playing. I'm not sure about your own experience, but to get this banned, you all have to do your part. And I think this is the most important week. All of you need to flood the ladder with Protoss. If everyone's playing Protoss, you have to also make sure you're winning your duel. And then a lot of people are complaining and uninstalling the game. Konami will see that and definitely hit it. Sajian Summon searching for the Mitsurugi Ritual. Ritual, dumping from the deck to summon from the hand. This is not ashable. This is why you want to use Impulse onto this. Now, the second activation will be ashable, but we're already having a Habakira in the field. We had the Serpent Reborning. You could also rank 4 Xyz here. This could be a duo drive if we were playing the Ryzeal version. Negate the effect of summon for the deck. Of course, that gets negated. And now we're going to additionally Fool Us before they rank 4 Xyz. Ohime. Add the Ceremony, discard the Mirror. As we now Ceremony special summon from the hand, our Ohime, which will not be resulting in a draw. With the Ceremony engraved, we're going to banish it to send from the deck in the Konko spell. Now, Rondo in Ohime is a disruption. That is the ability to take control of a monster. And is it a non-target take control? Let me read this. You target the equip and then equip it to an appropriate monster. It's a non-target yoink. You target it, but then you don't target the monster you steal. And then after stealing the monster, we could use it with Masquerena to make a Little Knight, which could then banish, and then could banish again. So you have triple disruption. Is that gonna be enough? Triple disrupt? Draw Nibiru? Did we even summon 5 times? What the hell? As we're going to tract, grab the Luri. This, I think, is a pretty good opportunity to take. Take control of it before it goes into the Requiem. Yes, that's exactly what we're gonna do. Not today, your Luri is mine. Diablo Star discarding the dead Nibiru. This is where Morisaki's thinking, you what, mate, you had that? As we set up the banned and TCG Original Sinful, we're not gonna be waiting. We're gonna go into the Little Knight to banish away the Original Sinful before it activates. And now the engrave effect of being able to search for a Snake Eye to the normal summon, that's also been stopped. Now, they still have more plays, unfortunately. We only have the secondary banishment of the Little Knights. In response to any activation, we could banish a monster they control. Is that going to be good enough? They're going to be going into the Moon of Closed Heaven. Oh, never mind. They're going right into the Underworld Goddess. They could still... Goddess is a light fiend. Yeah. Have you seen a giant goddess go into a single Requiem? You could do that. We're going to use the Doom Dragon to push the Ohime, and there you go. Goddess into a Requiem. Feels so wrong. What the heck? Okay. Let's hop into another one. It's like it's a Duel Links monster, isn't it? Makonko Fire Dance is going to have the ability to summon from the hand. We're going to be chaining the effect of Max C, which is going to be quite disruptive here. As the fire searches for the Makonko Dance, we're going to be activating the water. Do we activate water? We do to summon from the deck. Ash is going to negate. Ain't no way, mate. What do we do? What the heck do we do? I guess we activate the Makonko Dance onto him. We turn both into a Masquerena. What? We're special summoning a lot. is this worth it? I guess like we kind of have to do it, right? Now, the equipped monster cannot be destroyed by card effects. And if equipped onto this, it cannot be destroyed by battle. So completely indestructible. But then we have Masquerena, plus a Nibiru. So triple disruption. Can we play through 3? Surely. Is Snake Eye back or what? Isn't Orcus just objectively a better Snake Eye deck? You have Ashlon summon searching for a Poplar. Poplar triggers summon itself onto the field here. Poplar further searching for our original Sinful. And now we're going to fire off the Masquerena Little Knight play. Little Knight on summon, banish away the Poplar, as we now follow up with the Fiendsmith Tract. We're still ready with that Nibiru. We discard the Lurie, Lurie Reborn, Lurie into the Requiem, Requiem summon into the Crimson Tear, Crimson Tear send from the deck here. We're going to Requiem equip onto the Crimson Tear, banish away the Crimson Tear, and now we just have Nibiru. What is the Nibiru check? In fact, Snake Eye lost Apollo USA. Thus, they're going to have to get Nibiru'd right before the Wave King Caesar. But they're not even playing Wave King Caesar. We could really wait. And just like that, Nate, at the end of the main phase, tribute off the entire field. Ending their turn. The Flameburge is a dead card. The original Sinful has to send to the graveyard. So you can't send a token to the graveyard by cost, thus this is not activatable. The Pirellia's dead. We couldn't normal summon then activate the original Sinful. We have Droll, we have Ash, that is it. And off the top of the deck, we have something that's gonna get ashed. Activate, wait for the Saji to then ash it. Negate. No Saji mate. The hard once return, used up Saji, is now gone. And from here, Morisaki does not play Fiendsmith himself. On the attack of Nibiru, we're going to use the Agnumde to reborn itself back. Or I should say the Lacrima Crimson Tear is going to reborn itself back. As we're now going to use Little Knight to chain banish. Ruling time, what happens? Do we still summon the monster we're targeting? Let's read this. We are using Agnumde to target the Lacrima to reborn, and you have to know yourself. Is it worth it to use Little Knight, or are you wasting the effect of Little Knight? Once per turn, quick effect, target the light non-link fiend, special summon it. And if you do equip it, it still special summons. It's still coming out. Whoops. All right. I guess, was it still worth it to Little Knight? I don't know. I mean, we're in a losing position no matter what we do. Burn for 12. Okay, Agnumde is... Did we just do that twice in one turn? Oh my gosh. That's not a hard once per turn? What the hell? Did anyone know? Is there even a way to abuse that outside of Little Knight banishing it? What the... Okay, I think Konami forgot to add that to the card. Yeah, maybe they ran out of text or something. Little Knight, banish away the Pirellia. Begone. Requiem Chain, summon from the deck here. Crimson Tear, further send from the deck. Engraver here. Okay, Protos is on the next ban list. Is Moon. Is it time to ban the Moon? Yeah, Fiendsmith Engraver has been around how long now? How long has Engraver had time to shine? Is it really a prevalent issue? Does it deserve to be on the ban list? February. It's been quite a while. It's been about 9 months of this craziness. Okay. Pirellia right away. From the hand, drawing into another Pirellia. Valor negates the Ice Ryzeal. Oh. Node is dead. Nemesis would be dead, but you could cross out Designate, right? You target a banished monster, so you'd cross out, I guess you would preemptively banish Droll, and then return the Droll back into the deck, right? And then summon. I think that would be our play. And that'd be quite interesting, right? Do we even have a way to... Oh. Okay. We didn't really have a way to enable the Protoss if we did that, right? If we preempted the cross out to special summon this, they draw. If we draw then we have 3 attributes, but then we can't add with the Nemesis flag because we're now under our own draw. Got him good. Damn. Noted Nemesis should be in the deck being searched for. Otherwise, in the hand, they're bricks. Pydra setting up the Sangan summoning. Sangan summon it up. We're going to be searching our deck under the full protection against any and all effects onto our fire dragons. We're going to cross out Designate into a Scoop. Mate, damn. Now, if we didn't know, now we know to declare fire with Protos. Begin. Wait, we lost and we chose Tenpai to go first. Because they're Tenpai. Let's go, and it worked. Good idea. Now, it's not a pure Tenpai deck. They can go into Fiendsmith plays. Do Warrior, summon from the hand. Ice, summon from the hand. Node, summon from the hand. Bonfire, search for a card that summons from the hand. All these cards that summoned from the hand. And now we're also under Fuelos and Maxi. Oh my Jesus. Hand, deck, extra deck will result in a draw. And from anywhere will be an additional draw thanks to Maxi. Let's set up the Ryzeal cross. We do have the draw on Lockbird, but what do we do? So we are in this situation where we have to hope that they use cross onto the draw so that we can Nibiru, right? And then hope they don't floodgate us after the Nibiru goes through. The Kage Reborns from the graveyard. We have Ryzeal Detonator. Immediately, we now can negate any monster effects in the hand. Monster is negated. We're gonna Ash. Please negate my Ash so my Nibiru could go through. But we have a 7 Tachyon, so we're not going to negate. Ain't no way, mate. But maybe he'll negate a Droll. If we were to further add another card, we're gonna summon a Dugaris. Dugaris is going to boost up the attack. So what do we do here? We're gonna Veil or negate. And we need this for lethal. This is 8,600 damage if the Veiler gets negated by cross. But we'd be sweating bullets here. If we negate the Veiler, we then lose to the Nibiru. What do? We have to negate it, right? It's for game. He negates, and then he's gonna get Nibiru'd, mate. Just like that, using up the negate, but we're not done. We have to further make more plays. No, we're not. We're going to Nibiru right now. We are not waiting. Tribute it all off, baited by the Veiler. We had to negate Veiler, right? Was there no other way to set up a lethal play outside of it? If Dugaris and the other monster turn into the Eclipse Twins, right? For this Succeed Summon, you could treat a rank 4 as a level 4, and you detach, you could only make 2 attacks onto monsters, not directly, so that wouldn't even be enough for game. We're gonna 7 Tachyon, reveal to come to us an X Ryzeal. We're still in main phase 1. We could still maybe set up a floodgate, right? Hopefully. Hits us with the Droll. I'm done drawing. You are also going to be done searching. Let's randomly return cards back into the deck. And just like that, Tenpai, Kashtira, Fiendsmith does well going first, does well going second. This wasn't a good example of doing well going first, but we did see in previous duels before the tournament started that he did do well going first. Let's finish off this duel. Good job, Yuma. Don't blame me. I'm feeling the itch. I want to play his deck. I want to play this. Tenpai Field Spell limited to 1, Kaimin limited to 1. This still looks fun. I think this in this current meta, this may be one of the good answers, yes? Sangan Summoning, well-rounded. We don't lose if we go first. We're really great going second to the point where most people are forcing him to go first. 2-0. Damn. Floodgate deck down. Well, are we going to shift? In order to shift, we have to have no cards in the graveyard. At the moment, we have 1 card, but we can rip it out. March Hare can pull it out right now as we reborn the White Rabbit back onto the field. As we now red Ransom. Now, very likely, we're not going to be using the shifter from here on out, as we are ensuring that our chain link blocked red Ransom is going through. Wait, we didn't even chain link block it. Okay, we allowed it. We're going to negate the Mouse and Underground. Now, this works on the activation to banish a mouse in the deck, thus negating and destroying. Get that out of here. And we got to well time out our Nibiru. He wants to look at our hand. He wanted to trigger the Wicked to then search the deck for an Ignister. Not going to happen. Tribute it off. And then we're going to have to follow up with what? A Cynet Mining? As we now Cryptor, banish it away. Hipster is gonna stick through it. Why not? We have a negate and banish. In addition to everything else this mad lad has, he has the ability to non-target banish the field twice, banish cards in the graveyard, negate a monster, negate anything in banish a card from the grave with the Druid Swarm. Only 6 disruptions versus our 2 cards as we draw into the second card. Hollow Core. Okay. What? Tracked? Are we gonna wait to negate the Lurie? What do we do here? Lurie activates. Reborn, allowed to be summoned. Sure, we're not gonna non-target banish it. As we Requiem tribute off the sum from the deck into the Crimson Tier, we're really just letting him have his best shot. Sure, I'm happy to see it. Engraver attempts to Reborn back. Druiswarm is gonna be banishing away the Engraver. Unfortunately, the non-engine is already disrupting us before he even gets to the core disruptions. Hollow Core sent from the deck. The Gem Knight Fusion. Negate and banish the Hollow Core from the hand. Damn. Mjolnir got banned. What does that mean for Gem Knights? Are they down the tubes or what? They already weren't doing too well since the new pack. We're going to add the Dispersion with the Neprum. Ash is going to negate the Dispersion. Not today, and now through 2 Bestials, can we make our play? As we're now going to Lacrima, target. That's when we're now going to whip out the Bestial. Waiting for Lacrima, banish it away. Be gone. Where otherwise, if you were to have banished it preemptively, they target the banished one, then the Bestial can't stop it. We have the Abow. Discard a card, reborn a light monster from Engrave. We have Sprite Sprint, send a level 2 from the deck to the grave, sending the Crystal Rose activating to banish the Lacrima, which is activating to do what? Special summon this card. It is a light. Well, we have the Hollow Core banishing itself plus 2 other Gem Knight cards. Negate the Druid Swarm. Be gone. And now, with the Crystal Rose reborning itself back in the field, it's going to activate to send a Gem Knight Neprum from the deck to the grave. We're going to use the Gem Knight Fusion to add back by banishing the Neprum. And from here, we're going to be further going into a Gigantic Sprite. Gigantic Sprite detaches summon to level 2 from the deck. We now have Diviner of the Herald, sending from the deck the Arc Lord Christia. As we now go into Sprite Elf, Elf is going to further reborn the Crystal Rose from Engrave, turning a Gem Knight Fusion and the Crystal Rose into a Masquerena. Abow summons Christia. What? Now it's only during the main phase. So your very first play in the main phase should be shotgunning out a monster. We can use a Bestial. Bestial could try to banish the Arc Lord Christia, and that would be the main way to stop this, right? Do they have another way to negate the Bestial? They have Hollow Core. Hollow Core requires 3 Gem Knight cards, including itself, so only 2. We have another Gem Knight, and we have another Gem Knight. So the Hollow Core will negate the Bestial as we summon the Christia, then we win. And it's going to be non-targetable, because we're going to summon it to where the banned and TCG and OCG Sprite Elf is pointing to. I love Floodgates. Let's go. Whoa, we got Impulse off the top of the freaking deck. That's going to help us. Ain't no way. First, we're going to the Diviner, send an Ava. Ava is going to search for... are we going to have the Orange Light? Orange Light's going to negate Druiswarm, and then Hollow Core is going to negate the Impulse. We have the Druiswarm now. Or we waited too long. I think we had to use this early, right? We had to like draw phase the Druiswarm, banish the Christia, and then he would have to negate it with the Hollow Core, and then Impulse would not be negatable. Okay. Herald of Green Light and Orange Light. We're ready for a spell. Impulse is going to negate Hollow Core. Did we mess this up? Yeah, we did. There's nothing we could do. Yeah, we waited too long with the Druiswarm. We allowed him to set up the Orange Light and the ability to Hollow Core in addition. And now we're floodgated. It's over. Finished. We are not going to make the Christia untargetable, but neither player could special summon, so we want to summon the Little Knight before it would not even be special summonable. And let's now resolve this. Come forth, Arc Lord Christia triggered the Little Knight, and now you are floodgated. Neither player could special summon monsters. Damn. Well done. 1-1. Let's get floodgated. Like, do you understand that we are at the point where if I were to search the word floodgate and we see all the prevalent floodgates that are restricted by Konami, and then you'll see that people have moved on to other flood. We got limit to 1, limit to 1, limit to 1, limit to 1, ban. Lots of the floodgates hit, limit to 1. And people are playing stuff like this. Lose 1 turn, floodgate for 1 turn. Like, people get desperate. Their main goal is to ensure that you cannot play the game, and they're succeeding. Damn. The number one problem of Yu-Gi-Oh! Is non-interactive duels, but that's the goal of every player, to ensure that the opponent cannot interact with you. If your opponent gets their way, then the game sucks for you. Max C, we have a stop for the Call of the Grave. We could also stop a monster effect with the orange light. We could choose whatever we want. Arc Lord Christia is here. We're going to Ash negate the Jesse. No draw 2. Negate. Sure. And then we're going to activate Shifter. Shifter would turn off the ability to activate the Heralds. Thus, we have to negate it. And then it's going to mess up our next turn. The Engraver's not going to be able to search and send the Lurie to then Reborn and make plays from there. This is going to be an interesting duel. Get that Christia out early. I'm not waiting for it to become a problem. Now, even under the effect of Max C, you get Red Ransom, search for a mirror, then pass. Now, what are the disruptions? With just a mirror and Ransom, this is a double disruption. It will negate a monster, and then when the Red Ransom comes back, you banish a White Rabbit, and then it's going to set from the deck the MTP. We're then going to non-target banish a card in the field, so double disrupt. Let's banish the March Hare, add back to the hand here. Don't mind if I do. And can we play through a double disruption plus a Druid Swarm? Thus, triple. Engraver is going to be searching for the Tract. Tract is going to be adding Lurie to Reborn the Lurie back. Now, what sucks is we have to negate first, then banish. So even if that was a really good banish, we don't want to preempt our negate just to banish. We want to get the most out of our double disruption. Druid Swarm's going to turn on the triple tactics talent, which will be quite interesting. If we attempt to take control of the Red Ransom, they're going to have to flip up the mirror early to then banish the Red Ransom, and then it will trigger on a separate chain link to enable the non-target banish. Dispersion, add the Neprum. This is it. What are we doing? Do we look at their hand? Do we take control? We're trying to take control. And exactly what I said. Now, if the Requiem jumps off the field, does this still get banished? That's a very important ruling, because I would want to jump off the field, they don't get banished, then I take control, then their other disruption's gone. It would be a 2-for-1 special. Well, if we read the Mouse and Mirror, we're going to banish first, and then we'll try to negate the monster. It's not and then, it's if you do, so it is simultaneous. Even better! We're going to green light negate! You negate one mirror, it stops both disruptions. Now we cannot go into the MTP. Hipster, there's a mistake you can make. If you get Ransom into the graveyard, March Hare's going to banish it, and you're going to enable the non-target banish. You got to keep this on the field. Keep it. Don't link it off. If it remains, you're good. Send a Holocore for the Gemini Fusion and summon the Holocore for the go into the Quartz. Quartz is going to be searching for the Dispersion, which confused with the deck. March Hare is now preempting the mirror here to banish the Dormouse. Dormouse is going to be summoning itself back onto the field. I mean, we're just coping. This is nothing. We got nothing here. As we now you could put the Ransom in graveyard. It's not that big of a deal anymore. Unless they have a Bestial, which we don't know that. We could see their hand, but if he doesn't know that there's a Bestial that would banish the Red Ransom, which would turn into the Disruptions, now we have the Lady Rose Diamond. Let's further Quartz trigger when sent to the grave, add back the Neprum. You see that? We have 2 normal summons. That's 2. You up, mate? Let's Lacrima. Now it's gone. We lost the monster that was giving the additional summon. Lacrima Fusion, Reborn back the Engraver. Over 11,000 damage. A Bow is here. We're going to be able to discard a card if we want to non-target pop or Reborn a monster. We're going to equip the sequence, send a monster to the grave. Let's just get it over with. The Druiswarm would be activating if we wanted to send the Ransom if we still had the March Hare play, which we don't anymore. I guess we don't even bother. Yeah. Okay. Just like that. Lethal damage with your own Red Ransom. Well done. Good job to both of you. 2 and 1. Begin. Gold, Leo, Imperm, Negate. As I was talking about, this is a huge play against Lunalight, but if they opened up Masquerade alongside it, what's that going to turn into? Masquerade will send the Lighthound from the deck, or a Martin I could see here. How we're going to use Martin to grab a Lunalight Fusion. That is not an Enfield. Okay. Well, we could Silverhound negate a spell, and we could Ash. Otherwise, the field is trash. Let's go. All right. Nicky Boy's like, phew. I thought you were going to actually turn this into a Floodgate. Or I should say a Liger Dancer, that is. Negate the Bonfire, which now turns on the triple tactic sound to draw 2, take control, or look at the hand. We do have Ash still. Did not try to draw 2. Let's look at that Ash and get it out of here. This would be Ashable. We're at 0 disruption. We're done. It's over. Searching for the X Ryzeal, special summon the X. Scoop it. Damn. Oh my Jesus. Well. Now, there's an issue with the Tenki, okay? The Tenki, you'd be led to believe the Tenki and the Perfume are the same thing, right? Add a Lunalight, add a Lunalight. But the Perfume could add a Lunalight that the Tenki cannot. And that is because the Tenki says, add a level 4 or lower. The Perfume does not specify a level. So we could see here, this is a level 6. Level 6, not searchable with the Tenki, but searchable with the Perfume. So that is what you, in an ideal scenario, if you are not getting heavily disrupted, you do want the Perfume to be searching for the Wolf. Gold Leo, adding a Silverhound, discarding it to trigger the effect to summon from the deck here. Ash is going to negate. I agree. I would Ash the Silverhound, Imperm the Gold Leo. Those would be my 2 focuses on what to use my disruptions on. And Mirage into the Tiger. Tiger is going to be attempting to reborn back the Gold Leo, as the Maxi is going to be drawn per special. Ooh, both times. Stop them from summoning a Liger. No Liger play for you. We're going to max C at the draw phase to try to even up this duel, as the Fool Loss is not activatable. It gets fingered, and that's it. How do you stop Liger? You don't need these obscure Kaiju's double tribute, search for the Lava Golem, dodge the Silverhound. Just have enough hand traps to prevent them from even summoning it. And unfortunately, that's just all of Yu-Gi-Oh! We don't ask. None of you are asking, how do I break a full board Malice? How do I break a full board Ryzeal? No one is asking that question. You're only asking, how do I break Liger? How do I break Liger? You have to think how you're thinking about other decks. You just have to stop them from making that full field. Stop them from getting their end board. And whether you like that or not, that is Yu-Gi-Oh! I don't like that. I think that turn 1 should be shared by both players. I think turn 2 is not fun. It's not cool. We should be able to, I should be summoning Dark Magician on turn 0 and disrupting your plays, or a Blue Eyes White Dragon. I should be summoning my cool archetypal cards. I should not be relying on little Wing Beast Fool Losses, little Ghost Girls with no shoes on. Here's an Effect Veiler. No, I'm a Dragon deck. What the heck? Nice Rafflesia, though. If you want to shotgun the Rafflesia, you can also play the trap that negates a hand trap. So if we know our Floodgate strategy gets stopped by a Droll, then don't search. Just make a Rafflesia and then search, then they Droll you, then you negate the Droll. The TCG was making this play. They were side decking, or they were actually main decking, and then they would just side deck out the card that negates the Droll and Lockbird. What's the best way to play by itself? Vanquish Soul is best with K9. You want to play it with it. We are going to max C it up. The Vanquish Soul engine helps you make a rank 5 Xyz, and then it bridges its way into K9. Magnum Hut. It's kind of like the question of Decade, is Ryzeal better by itself or better with the Onomat or better with the Mitsurugi? Playing additional good engines that could bridge their way into the other is generally going to be the best thing to do. Now, what we're left with here is we have Droll, Impulse, Bestial banished in the grave, Bestial banished in the grave, and then Baldrake can banish a monster summon for the extra deck, which could trigger the Jerusalem at the same time. So I'll just count that as the same disruption. We have 5 disruptions. We are going to be summoning our Ryzeal into the aggregator. I think this is another my wish for all decks in the future. I want all of them to have built-in their engine board breakers like Ryzeal dumping an aggregator, and I also want them to all have built-in turn 0 plays. Now you may be thinking that's a crazy form of Yu-Gi-Oh! Good. I want Yu-Gi-Oh! To be crazy and you know, crazy nonsense of just interacting back and forth, having a chance when going second, summoning your main cards when going second, but on your opponent's first turn. Let's have a back and forth. We're going to search for the sword. Let's negate the Lingaribo, and now we're going to Droll and Lockbird. Ready to negate a special summon. Ice Ryzeal, flip up the Impulse with no trap in grave. It does not get destroyed. Negate. Now, we're going to have a way to stop one of the Bestials. Thanks to the cross, we can negate the Baldrake summon. So we're going to try to bait with the Jerusalem first. And by banishing the aggregator, we're making it more difficult to summon the node Ryzeal if we don't already have a detonator in the field, which we do, so that's not going to be a big deal. Why should I even negate that? In fact, I maybe just want to negate the effect of once it's sent to the graveyard. We changed a battle position. Okay, I think that was the Ganbara Knight. Let's take out the Magnum Hut, MP2 it up into the Musketeer, shuffle the Drillswarm back into the deck here. Be gone. Now, this isn't a floodgate. Are you sure you're playing this deck correctly? What's going on here? We do have the ability to pop 3 cards plus Ash. We have Quadra Disruption. One of them could be the detach for a cross monster negate. Baldrake attempting to banish away the Ganbara Knight, successfully doing so. Ua Lost turning into an Almirage. The March Hare has nothing to banish here. Can't even be normal summoned. What the cope are we doing? Little Knight's going to get negated by the cross. We're going to further turn the Little Knight into a Plan L. Typhid, bounce away. The detonator, be gone. And then we just have the ability for 3,000 attack or higher to not be activatable. Nothing else. Literally nothing. March Hare's nothing. Nothing, nothing, nothing. All right. Let's return back on the deck. So March Hare, if you were to linearly look at her, you would pretty much only see her as an extender. She's not a 1-card combo starter, obviously, and even a March Hare plus a Bestial, that's not even a 2-card combo. But what makes March Hare really good, in addition to being an extender, is she's an important combo piece. And she is, for some cards, is a 2-card combo starter, just not all of them. Where, like, if you have a Chessie and a Bestial, that is a full 2-card combo starter. Well, done. Let's hop in another one. Ignister. All you have to do is really ask the question to yourself when trying to predict upcoming cards. If February is the biggest month, what deck type, what engine makes Konami the most money? Like, you would all agree it has to be K9, right? They wouldn't make the most money with Yummy. It wouldn't be Draco Tail. It wouldn't be Vanquish Soul specifically, but K9's got to be it. Droll and Lockbird on the ad of the Ryzeal. We're going to finger the Droll. Not today. You will not be stopping me from floodgating you or just winning this turn. Can't wait for Archmage. I can't wait either. Even though it's not a top tier deck, I'm okay with that. A good enough rogue deck that also has future unreleased support. It's a deck that you know is going to be artificially boosted because people don't know how to play against it. And then it's a deck that you know you're not going to have to worry about a mirror match. You're not going to have to worry about any future ban lists. It will forever be, hopefully, a good enough deck. It's kind of like Voiceless Voice. Kind of like, I think Sky Striker is also in that position. A deck that's always going to forever kind of be good, but not be good enough to be tier 1 or get banned. Now, the Banshee got banished, and then it just bansheed itself right back onto the field here. Don't mind if I do. Izzle is scooping it up. You what, mate? Now, I think there's something quite interesting here. If I summon this, you banish it, it comes back. How do I give it an Xyz material? Is there any way to do so? Isn't there a way? I think with the Ryzeal card, the spell, doesn't that add it to, does it have to be a Ryzeal monster you give the material to? a plugin. You target a Ryzeal and the graveyard or banish, you special summon it, and then you attach a Ryzeal card from the deck to your Banshee. And then your Banshee could activate. So you're not definitively stopping the Banshee if we have a plug-in play. Now the question is, are we even playing plug-in? Begin. Ua in the standby. You have to negate this. This is a wishes. It searches for 2 cards. They have to discard search 2. Huge negate, and we don't have a negate. GagaDoDoDo Warrior is activating a special summon. We're not going to be able to impulse it because there has to be a card in the field to even impulse. Did you put the right one in? Laplacian? Where's the Alimber? Is it in here? You have the wrong math mech? Wait, it's there. There it is. I'm looking in the wrong. I'm looking at your extra deck. I'm like, where is the Alimber? There, it's on the field. Let's freaking go. But this is not enough. We still have to summon a winged beast with another 2 level 4 monsters. Bro did not search the trap. He detached only 3 instead of 4. Huh. Okay. So we're not floodgating. We already used up the normal summon, so we can't Granite into a barrier statue or Fossil Dyna. Oh my gosh. DK, what are you talking about? I didn't give up on plan A. I'm gonna get there, don't worry, okay? If it gets impulse, I do Gars. If Dugars gets stopped, okay, I go into Eclipse Twins. There's multiple plans. There's plan A, B, and C for plan A. We now have the cross to negate hand trap, which we could already do with the Duo Drive on the field. But the Nemesis flag's engrave. So what is Banshee even doing? What? You randomly, you what? I have to look up the probability here. What the heck just happened? What? I think there's a better website. Is this one? Ooh, we have 20, how many cards? 23, 24 cards in the deck. 24 cards in the deck. We draw 1, and the 1 card we're gonna draw into is a 4% for Protos. Right? I don't know what this thing's doing here. How do I get this out of here? Right? 4% chance and we win the whole duel, and we just did it. We ripped into a 4% freaking chance. We randomly drew the Protos. What the? Okay. Dark monsters cannot be special summoned. What if you Imperm? Still can't special summon Dark. What if I Kaiju? Still can't special summon Dark. It's forever lingering. It's not tied to the card. It's up in the air. It's in the clouds. There's nothing to turn off a lingering effect unless you have another effect that just counteracts that lingering effect. Can't just pick a lingering effect and negate it. We're not there in Yu-Gi-Oh! That's 2030. Protos again, but we have Mirror. Ooh. What if I pop my Protos and it's no longer there to negate? What if it can't get popped, though? It can't be destroyed by card effect. That's a TCG play. That'd be cheating. Nice try. It's a thought, though. I imagine a lot of people wouldn't say otherwise. I mean, if you just put Protos engrave, they're like, damn, good one. They offer up the handshake. Marge Hair, back to the hand here. Banshee is going to be searching. I mean, Banshee not only searches for the Floodgate Enabler, but also your core plays. We have the cross to negate. You did it. You successfully stopped me from floodgating. That's exactly what you wanted. You got what you want. The problem is I have 13,000 damage on the field. Come forth, Baldrake. Druid Swarm is also here. Wiping away the Baldrake. Take out the Druid Swarm. Druid Swarm is going to send a card to the graveyard, get that Protoss out of here, even though it's already negated and gone. It was an additional 2,500 damage, and we do not have lethal. 1,500 life left, and we're no longer under Protoss. So this is our opportune moment. This is it. We have to win from here. Going into a Tornado Dragon, I think this would usually be an Abyss Dweller, right? That's what they took away from us. Now, what do we have to play through? If you ever see an Eclipse Twins, think of it as an additional +1 disruption. So this is 3 disruption, 3. We could also pop a back row, which I'm not going to count as a disruption, but we do have a Ghost Bell. So I'd say we have 4 forms of disruption. We are Ghost Bellin'. Negate the activation of the March Hare. You will not be banishing from the grave. Oh. What? Huh? What the? Normal March Hare link off summon wizard, but then cross negates wizard in hand, but we didn't even want to try? I guess so, right? We're just giving up. Take out the wizard. Be gone. Did Almirage already get used up or something, or our link ones? Yeah, I mean, we could have done something. We didn't have to Almirage. Cross. Negate. Eclipse Twins mate. Reborn back in the field, and very well done. Protoss, Turbo, Ryzeal prevails. We did resolve a non-negated Protoss in this duel. That definitely did help us win the duel. Let's hop in another one. So as far as I know, we have 2 Protoss Turbos within the top 8. We had at least 3 in the top 16. There may be more. I don't know. We have the Neprum, and Dre was playing Protoss Turbo. And the dude loves Floodgates so much that he traded another Floodgate for another one. He's not playing a more legitimate deck. He's now playing Christia. And again, I'm all about blame the game, not the player. If the players are abusing Floodgates, good, I encourage it. If they're good, I want them to use it. That's it. We have the Abow. Abow is going to get it out. Well, you have Imperm, right? But the elf is going to make us unimpermable. We can't even be targeted if we leave the elf up. We have enabled the Floodgate. It's on. That's it. And we're not restricted to non-dark monsters. It's not that we're locked out to just dark monsters. We're locked out of everything. Nothing can be special summoned. It wasn't enough for Dre on the very last week to use Protoss to lock people out of dark. Now he's locking you out of everything. And it has to be on the very first play of main phase 1. So ideally, if you have a way to special summon, you got to do it right away. But if it's an effective special summon on the higher chain link, the Crysteel is going to be on the field, and you will still get negated. Not negated, but you just can't summon. Activate. Maxi. Christia is here. And she is top tier and untargetable, and you cannot. Now, she's balanced. Neither player can special. I can't special either, okay? Now, that's not a special summon. She's just returning back to the field. And we missed out on the funnest part of this situation. Not only did we floodgate you, not only is she untargetable, but then the Abow was about to activate a full mulligan. During your standby, draw cards equal to the number of different monster types in your graveyard. Place them from your hand to the bottom of the deck in any order equal to the number of cards you drew. So I don't know, what? We had like 10 different monster types in the graveyard. Draw 10, return 10, have a perfect hand. Let's keep on going. Dre versus player Ash. Negate the Ice Ryzeal mate. Let's go. Let's do it. And to further show that they know what Timmys actually want is when they pay the voice actors. They paid Yugi, they paid Kaiba at the World Championship when they had more money. I guess they stopped doing it. But when I was at Worlds, they role-played out a duel. Did any of them flip up a floodgate in the role-play? No, they didn't. There was Dark Magician, Supreme, Dragoon, Ultimate Blue Eyes, blasting people back and forth, Dark Magician attacking. If you're role-playing the ideal version of Yu-Gi-Oh!, you could figure out how to just make it a reality. Ash negates the Ice Ryzeal mate, detonator chain. Artifacts want to be destroyed. That was their original strategy. If this card is destroyed, special summon it. Let's freaking go. Yes. In fact, I think back in my day, I remember playing Trap Tricks Artifact. Artifact Trap Tricks was a deck. Star Ryzeal setting up the cross. I didn't play it too prevalently, but I played it enough. Come forth, duo, drive. That was before Rafflesia. Did Rafflesia exist? I think it did. Come forth, node, as we scoop it up. Let's hop into game 3. Lurie into Requiem. Come forth and summon Gemini Hollow Core. We're going to Ash negate the Requiem mates. And we're setting Lance like crazy. Damn. And as I said earlier, it's not about how you deal with an Enfield or a Floodgate. It's preventing it from happening. That's it. You got to load to the brim your hand traps. And if they're popping off and you can't stop it, maybe just surrender. You move on. You don't wait there. You just hop into another duel. Hope you go first or hope you have enough hand traps. Sword Ryzeal searching for the ice here. We have not committed to our normal summon yet, as we now have Duo Drive. We are ready with that Nibiru, or we're going to negate Nibiru. Duo Drive, detach, grabbing the cross. We still have a material on the Duo Drive, so as soon as we activate, just like that mate, we're good. We're perfect. Nibiru is done. Nibiru has been thwarted. Nibiru is one of the few really cool hand traps. I love Nibiru. I think we need more cards like Nibiru, or ideally in-archetypal hand traps built with the deck. To battle, we go. 94, 100 damage with a body in the field to block 1 attack. Not enough for lethal damage. Yes, it is. Plasma Hole within the battle phase. Xyz Summon. Starleech Proton Dragon for game. Very nice. Very cool. All right. Max C in response to the March Hare. Link Decoder is here. Into the Droll and Lockbird. I already have my wizard, mate. Just like that. Serenir banishing your big play. Ain't no way. Got him. Or did you? March Hare is going to be adding back to the hand here. Now, reading the ruling of Wizard, Wizard does not summon itself because it has to summon the March Hare also. And we got super clapped up. Damn, we couldn't even go into a Splash Mage with the Wizard and Link Decoder due to being stuck in the hand. Let's now Primera. Plu on Centruion again, of course. He's been doing really well with his deck. Negate the Maxi with the Crossout Designate. Not today. And to further show how good a card like Nibiru is, you have a non-top tier rogue deck like Centruion being helped with powerful cards like Nibiru. And the Bystials are also putting in a lot of work. We're in a dark meta. Get banishing away with the Bystials. Malice and Underground, banish the deck, the Dormouse here, Reborn back, Imperm, negate. And now we're going to further go into the Link Spider. Wizard reborning back our White Rabbit as we further go into Link Decoder. We don't have to worry about that Bystial. No Bystial onto the Wizard play. That is the main way. Special summon both this card and that monster. So if the monster's gone, you then don't even summon this one. Let's keep on going. Primera on summon. Ash, negate, mate. Not today. We still have a Max C though. Regain pass? Fool Lost dead? Uh-oh. We do have Serenir, which after banishing a lighter Akimo, are you good? You also bricked. Okay. This is a deck that used to have like 15, 16 one-card starters. Now it's down to 9. So they're struggling a little bit on consistency here. Maxi in response to that special summon. Plu's got to make the crazy choice of, do we try to go for game? Bro, I mean, it's like too late, right? They already have 6 cards in hand. If we don't go for game at this point, we may as well just surrender. Right? I think. I don't know. Plu, I'd hate to be in your position. This is a bad one. It's game 3. It all comes down to this. And what, you're just a Bystial and a Nibiru? Druistorm's going to be banishing the card that you are trying to banish, thus stopping you from even summoning that Bystial. And we do get the regain to return it back to draw 1. We need a really good card here. That's not a really good card here. And our Legacia is negated. We have Serenir and Nibiru. and maybe draw into a hand trap with Regained. Maybe. Like draw into a Max C. Regained is a disruption against Malice when you are the non-turn player. It will be the higher chain link to return the banished monster back. But do we want to do it to a March Hare or wait for something like a Dormouse instead? A Dormouse, a White Rabbit, a Chessie, that would be more ideal. Just wait. So we have Nibiru and Regained. Double disruption at least. Ball Drake banished the White Rabbit, and this is where we may want to return it back. There you go. Got him. Return it. Ash is negating the return back because part of returning back is drawing a card. Negate. Damn, Ash is too good. I have recently really been hating Ash because of playing Sky Striker. I can't believe we set up a Sky Striker 0. I had the most opportune, perfect play to pop a card in the field and summon a bunch of cards afterward, and they freaking Ash me. Druiswarm send the Legatia. Reborn back the Link Decoder, and we're going to be waiting with that Nibiru. This is it. When do we Nibiru it up? We could wait until the end of the main phase. Access the codes, but boost it up, banish away the Red Ransom, take out the Trudea, Reborn back. We may want to try to tribute off the field before they go into a White Binder. Dormouse banish as we further go into the Firewall Dragon. Now, again, Firewall Dragon, we're gonna return the access code talker back to the extra deck. Let's freaking do it. Return it. Wipe up the entire field. Can we play through this? Well, we should be playing a Link Spider. The Wizard plus turning the token into a Link Spider. Chessie Cat come back. We don't even need the Link Spider now. Oh my Jesus. Hearts Cryptor is here, and we are top tier. To battle we go. We are going to be banishing away the Regained. Okay? And then we have GWC. 5,600 plus 29 is game. That's lethal. And Plu's name is OTK Plu. Yep. 8,000 damage, just like that. 29 plus 56. Oh my Jesus. Oh, we got Serenir to block the lethal attack here, just like that. Love it. Why did we banish the Regained? Huh. That maybe was a mistake. Well, I mean, he's still going to block the 56 if we swung direct to the 31, so banishing the Regained was actually a good idea, I'd say. We still have non-target banish. We have imperm to negate. We do have something actively banished to return back with the Cryptor Mate. Negate the Primera. Now, from here, we could go into a level 10 Synchro. Level 10 Synchro it up. The Cryptor's not pointing to anything, so if he were to get a Baron to floor, it would successfully negate the Cryptor. Typhon, Plan L, return back into the extra deck, the Cryptor you go, wipe away the Red Ransom, and now we're playing off the top of the deck. Wizard does not trigger on normal summon, right? You have to control a Cyburst that was summoned for the extra deck to even activate this effect. Let's let it rip into a Full Loss, which could turn into an Almirage, which is the full combo. Disgusting. Ban Almirage. Reborn back and scoop it up. All right, 2-1 victory. Let's go. YouTube, thank you for watching the top 16. We're going to be hopping into the top 8 grand finale and top deck list where we're going to have a doozy for you. What happens if a Floodgate deck plays the mirror match? Both mad lads will be trying to Floodgate each other. Who will win? Whoever Floodgates first. I'll see you there. Let's do it.